Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I said hey. Welcome back to my channel, ho. Hey y'all, I'm Jazmyn W. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now I know what y'all are thinking. Girl, this video late.
Very late.
I was mad, okay? So I didn't even want to do the video. And then shout out to I think it's LaShaw. Shout out to LaShaw because honey, she asked me, "Where is the video?" And I said, girl, let me just go ahead and do this video. And then I lost the video. So I had to film it again tonight on election night. This is gonna be a short little video. Y'all already know I'm fed up, mad, tired, frustrated, and hungry, honey. These are just my final thoughts on the Married at First Sight reunion. I'm not excited or happy about it. Let's start off with our favorite couple, Amani and Woody. The first thing I had to say for Married at First Sight is stop showing us the journey.
Period.
We were there. We don't care to see it again, okay? If y'all show us the journey one more time, y'all wasting time to trying to fit in these commercials, honey. Y'all worse than YouTube. We don't need to see the journey so you can fit in another Tide commercial, honey.
We tired.
First of all, I'm so happy that Amani and Woody are happy together. We all definitely owe Woody an apology. He turned out to be a really great guy, great husband so far. You know, it's only been 6 months. During the reunion, Woody said that he does not mind teaching Amani. Okay, Woody.
I see you, Woody.
Girl, what you teaching her, Woody? Okay, go ahead and let us know. We might could learn a few things, okay? But no, I thought that was very sweet, and Amani was kind of like, It's very nice when you know, a man can pleasantly surprise you, honey.
Okay.
So shout out to Woody for not being afraid to teach. The reason Amani was crying during the reunion is because Woody got her a brand new wedding ring. This goes back to me saying Woody is irresponsible with money, honey. He done bought her a necklace. The show gave her a ring, and then he bought her another ring. Maybe me and my husband cheap, okay? If the production bought me a ring, you think he gonna buy me another ring 4 months later?
Nope.
He's gonna say, chill out, Jazz. You don't need another ring yet, honey. But, you know, let's see how Amani and Woody work out when it comes to their finances. I'm already telling y'all, I don't want them to break up. I think they will have a very long and successful marriage. But if they did, it's because Woody is financially irresponsible. Yeah, you know, I think that they had a great chemistry. You know, I didn't almost cry this time, but, you know, they're just a wonderful couple. Hashtag Black Love. Amani looked beautiful.
Very.
In that peach sort of set that she had on. It just looks so good against her deep dark skin, honey. I loved it. And Woody looked handsome as well, so shout out to them, okay? Next, let's move on to Amelia and Bennett. First of all, y'all, Amelia and Bennett want to be famous so bad, it's not even funny. It's like almost disgusting how bad they want to be famous. Y'all are not going to be famous. Y'all don't have the personalities we want to see every week. We don't need a special on Amelia and Bennett. We don't want to see him in that nightgown and you without washing your hair for a few days. Girl, we don't want to see that.
Nor do we need to.
I honestly zoned out during their part of the reunion because they're honestly just snooze fest. Like, we love you guys. You're quirky. You're granola. You happy. That's really great.
Cute.
But y'all boring. Y'all really boring. What tripped me out is when Bennett said he got a job, honey. And the host said, okay, what's your job? Bennett didn't want to tell you his job. Bennett wanted to just let you know he was working and comfortable. And the host was like, what do you work? He's talking about, I'm a solar consultant. Boy, you sell solar panels. You gave up your dreams.
Girl.
To sell solar? Somebody in my comments a few episodes ago said, Bennett is a talented writer. Well, if Bennett is a talented writer, honey, he shouldn't give up on his dreams to sell solar panels. I'm a comedian. This is something that I love. I gave up my corporate job to do this. You think I'm about to move across the country with my husband and sell solar? No, baby. No, I'm not. But, you know, no shade. The one thing about Bennett and Amelia is they really think that they are some musicians, some talented musicians. That song was terrible. It was too long. I can't believe they allowed them to sing the whole thing. Like, they should have ran that past production, and production should have said, cut that down to 15 seconds, honey. We don't want that to be longer than like a little Snapchat video or nothing like that, because it was too long. The one thing I will say about Amelia and Bennett is they're probably going to be really great accepting parents of children who look like they don't take baths. So
girl, stop.
Let's move on to Olivia and Brett. Listen, I don't even know why we are still talking about them. I love it when I'm right, y'all. I thought it was hilarious when we flashed back to Olivia And Olivia said, there's 100% possibility that I'm going to fall in love with my husband. And I said, that's not how probability works.
Period.
Look at her now. Look at her now. She getting divorced. Olivia said that Brett told her that she is not what he asked for. I believe he said that. Listen, I don't care. All the people who saying, Brett's a really nice guy. He just got a bad edit. No, Brett did not get a bad edit, honey. Brett is an asshole. We saw it at the bachelor party. You drunk, wasted drunk. You're hitting on a woman who came here with Henry, who's Henry's friend. You're on national TV. And you're about to get married tomorrow. Those are 4 reasons why he should not have been talking to that young lady. This is stupid. Brett don't have no good sense, okay? But he skipped out on the reunion, and I know he still got paid his money for being on the show because he read his contract, honey, and he's broke. So he said, you're not going to cheat me out of my money, but I don't have to stay for this second part. And I'm moving out. I also don't have to stay for the rest of the show, honey. Brett read his contract, okay? Because he knows all the ins and outs, especially the outs. Olivia was very salty about the fact that Brett is on dating apps. Girl, why aren't you on Tinder? What does that matter? First of all, he didn't even know you before you got married.
At all.
Second of all, you guys were only together a few weeks. What do you want him to do? Brett said he's not about to put his life on hold for you. And I don't blame him. He should be back on Tinder. She should be back on Tinder. She should be back on Christian Mingle, honey. She should be on Match. She should be on all of them.
Black people meet.
She should be on OnlyFans. Just wherever she can find somebody to hang out with her and travel with her. That's what she needs. She needs a sugar daddy, an old one. And yeah, you know, Olivia and Brett didn't work out, but I understand completely why they were set up to be together. It's because they are both assholes. That's why they were together. They're both rude, selfish. They're both incapable of seeing their own flaws. That's their problem. So I see why they were set up. Okay, let's move on to Christina and Henry. Henry said he didn't come for play today. He said Christina was craving intimacy. Do y'all know what it means to crave?
Thirsty.
He said she was craving intimacy. And Christina said she wasn't. To be honest, I do not believe that Christina was craving intimacy. I don't. I think that she was craving compliments.
Yes.
She was craving a self-esteem boost. She was not craving intimacy from Henry at any point. I think that if Henry would have tried to touch her, she would have said, ew, no. I don't think that she was craving intimacy for him. But, you know, she was showing that she had low self-esteem and she was craving some compliments, you know. And those are two separate things. Girl, Christina said, I started seeing someone. Nobody cares. You left the apartment with Henry one night to see somebody. That's where you were probably seeing that person at that time. In fact, you probably came on the show to make that person jealous, whoever you're seeing. Like, Christina, girl, we know that you are not single. You can get a man. All the men love you. Men have proposed to you. Everybody loves you. You don't understand why Henry wasn't attracted to you. You are desired.
Blah, blah, blah.
Desired. Like Raheem Devon, baby. We know, okay? It is okay. You don't have to prove it to us. When asked how Henry felt about Christina dating somebody, he said indifferent. Henry is me, y'all. Henry got my bad attitude, okay? That's why I really, really, really like Henry. I'm team Henry. Now, hold on. This is the next part that tripped me out. Henry said the women are after him in his DMs, honey.
Who and when and where, honey?
Who in your DMs, baby? Who, babe? My mom also tried to insinuate that Henry might be asexual, where he's not interested in a man or a woman. Now, Henry cleared that up. He said, for all the people who believe that I'm not interested in being intimate with a woman, you're wrong. I am interested in that. And I think that he's interested in that too. I just think he's a nerdy guy. And it's going to take a lot to come out of his shell and come out of those clothes, babe. Listen, Woody said exactly what I had been thinking throughout the entire process.
What?
And one thing about me is I love introverts. I love introverted people. I'm a true extrovert. But my husband's introverted. I used to recruit engineers. They were always introverted. And they have a very closed shell. But once you get to know them, they are some of the best people to be friends with. And I think that's the case with Henry here. That's why Woody and Henry clicked, right? Woody is a natural extrovert. He's extroverted. Henry is an introvert. But when you get Henry alone, he starts cracking jokes. He's not quiet. You just have to break him out of his shell. He has to be comfortable with the person that he's speaking to. So Woody kind of proved that. Woody said that Henry be making jokes. He inappropriate. Like, Henry's a lot of fun. I believe that. And I think that Henry, like I've been saying all season, do not like Christina. Period. He didn't like her. He didn't like her from the moment he saw her, and when she opened her mouth, she made it worse. And end of story. The last couple, Karen and Miles. The first thing I wrote down was, imagine Miles watching this season back and watching how Karen reacted to his Instagram when she saw him online for the first time. Poor Miles. Free Miles. I would have been really hurt if I saw that my husband saw me for the first time and he was almost kind of disgusted and didn't want to be with me. The one thing I will say is Miles and Karen looked good. Now, Karen, I didn't love her makeup and hair at the decision day, but this time she looked beautiful. I loved the white on her. I loved her makeup. It was nice. It was clean. It was matte. No shine, honey. Her hair was somewhat out of her face. She really likes her hair in her face, right? But no, her hair was beautiful. She just looked beautiful. And so did Miles. He grew some hair on his head, honey. That's what Miles needed. When y'all have funny shaped heads, men, y'all need hair. Y'all need to grow that hair up like y'all do, and I like that. It looks good. What really pissed me off about the reunion is when Karen said that she was waiting on Miles to push back. She was waiting on Miles to clearly communicate what he needed. And that's when she decided that she was going to say yes on decision day. Bullshit.
Girl, bye.
That you needed Miles to basically tell you he was gonna leave you in order to decide that you were gonna be with him. What kind of trash is that? Let me tell you the problem that I have with Karen. I'm sure she's a nice girl. I'm sure she's great at her job. I'm sure she's a great friend, a great daughter, a great godmom, whatever the case is, right? The problem that I have with her in this relationship is that she thinks that she's so smart that she can't be wrong. She's not self-reflective. At no point did she felt like she could have made better decisions during this process, and we all saw how she could have made better decisions. She looked back on her decisions and said, yeah, I don't regret anything. When in reality, you treated Miles like crap. You said that you felt unsafe around him when he brought up sex and wrote "sex with my wife" on the fridge. You were closed off, emotionally distant, physically distant, and then you emasculated him the entire season. And then you had the nerve to say, oh, when he finally pushed back is when I decided that we could probably make this work. Girl, you really need to go to therapy. You really need to do some self-reflection. You really do, because you are not always right, and you are not 100% right in this particular instance. And my thing is, Karen in a relationship wants to be right. She wants to be the smartest one. She wants to be the reasonable one. And she wants to, at the end of the day, have the last word. And she's going to have to make some adjustments, because that is not what marriage is about. Marriage is not about being the smartest or being the right one or having the last word or having someone always compromise so that they fit what you need. And then manipulating that person into making them believe, or manipulating that person into making them think for a second that you really care about what they need, when in reality, it's all about what you need. That's the type of person that Karen is, and that's what I didn't like about this season. That's what I didn't like about her in this marriage.
A read.
Whew, honey, I got her together. Remember when the host asked about kids, and Miles looked at Karen for a response, and she was like, Miles wants kids. Miles really wants kids, and Karen's not ready for kids, which is fine. She doesn't have to be ready for kids. But I think that Miles is going to be the one who's constantly compromising this relationship, and it sucks. It really does. The last thing I'll say is I definitely pee in the shower each and every time, okay? Mind your business. Are you my business? But when Miles said that Amelia shit in the shower, I died. That was hilarious. I'd love to know what y'all thought about the reunion, on all the couples, the shade that Henry threw, Karen and Miles staying together, Amani's new ring, and all of the above. Yeah, and I will see y'all Friday with another reaction video to Ready to Love on OWN. And don't forget, I do have a podcast called Color to Couch Conversations, where I sit down with a woman of color every week. This episode that came out today features me and my friend, who's hilarious on Instagram. You can follow her at Jadora Janae. But we sit down, we're two female comics trying to make it here in LA, and we have a real conversation about comedy, haters, and we predict the presidential election. So listen to the episode to see if we were right. I will see y'all later. Subscribe to my channel, ho!
Hurry up.
Bye!
Bye.